Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to a creek spot that doesn't really look like much, but it has been pretty damn decent in the past. Caught a lot of flatheads, caught a lot of walleyes, caught a lot of species just in general. Used to come down here with my buddy Dylan, and Boo even came down here a couple times and we did pretty good. But it looks a lot different. Not only does it look a lot different, the weather is a lot different, and I'm not sure what the fish think of it, but I'm sure they're like, what the hell? We're gonna try it anyway. Stuff and things, but yeah. Sweater, pants, ice fishing boots. It was 102 yesterday, and now it is 56 at noon. We did get some rain though, so I thought that maybe this spot might have deepened up a little bit. It used to be pretty deep in the past, like 3 or 4 foot along this area. Maybe a little bit deeper, which doesn't sound that deep, but for this creek, it's pretty deep. We're actually pretty close to where I caught the big giant flathead, but yeah. All the current's now on one side, so it's more kind of spread out. And as I was walking up, I was like, maybe I should leave. But from the top of the hill, even though it's cloudy, I could see fish everywhere. I'm not sure what type of fish. They could be silver carp. I've seen silver carp in this area, but yeah, I hope they're not that, and I hope we can catch something more desirable. We have caught flatheads here. I did bring catfish poles. I brought shad, maybe try to catch some live bait. I don't really know, but there's a hell of a lot more plants on the bank. It is way colder than it has been. And yeah, we might be swimming upstream without a paddle. What's the saying? We'll just go with pissing in the wind. We might be pissing in the wind here, but we're gonna give it a shot and try our best. And yeah, hopefully we can get something. Come along with me. Stuff and things, pow. Boys and girls, it really, really hurt me to pull out the old jeans in the muckle boots. Everyone was like, why don't you wear the waterproof boots instead of your shoes? I don't know about anybody else's muck boots, but my muck boots are warmer than shit. And yeah, the last thing I want to wear is muck boots in the summer. That sounds like some athlete's toe waiting to happen, if that's even where athlete's toe comes from. But yeah, so I just wear my Nike Prestos, to be specific, if anyone cares. And they seem to work pretty well for me. They dry out fast. My jig head's bent and I should probably tie on a new one, but I'm not going to because I'm stupid. And yeah, I'm used to the chews. But up at the top of this hill, there's like a swampy area. And yeah, I wore the boots because of that. But come to find out, we haven't got enough rain this year, so the swamp is no longer a swamp, and I could have wore my Prestos, and long story short, kind of upset about it. I like putting off the pants and the boots as long as possible, and the only reason I'm wearing my pants is so I could wear the boots, and come to find out I don't really need the pants or the boots. But it is kind of chilly, so I suppose it's a better choice. Boo was yelling at me. She's like, you're gonna wear shorts, it's winter out there. Like, yes, Boo. I want to hold on to summer as long as possible. I'm surprised we didn't get bit instantly with the jig head crawler based on the school of fish I saw to the left of me when I was walking up. But that doesn't mean we won't. That doesn't mean we won't. I'm gonna try this for a little bit. I have no idea where I'm gonna throw the catfish poles based on all these plants and know where to really put them. So yeah, we're just kind of winging it at this point. You guys like the winging it videos? I mean, the last video I made, I caught a giant flathead. I was basically just winging it in that, but we had a shot at something more than a wing. I'm not sure if we have any shots for anything more than just a wing. We'll see though. We might get creative. There's a big ass fish over there. I can see his ass, but he doesn't want anything to do with my wiggly boy. Yet. See if we can figure something out and stuff. Got something. I don't know what, but I got something. Gold eye. Nice. Kind of. Still don't know if we're doing catfish stuff today, but gold eyes are pretty neat, and that was pretty fast once we got down here to these riffles. This dude has teeth, but luckily they're not that sharp. I mean, they don't feel great, boys and girls, but they ain't bad. But I do think we're obligated to keep him now. Luckily it's cool enough outside today that he won't spoil like he would in the summer. All right, so we had to climb through all of those plants up there to get our first bite. Actually, we got one little tiny bite up where we started, but once we got down to these riffles over here that I'm not even pointing at, we got bit right away. We did really want to catch a goldeye, but now that we see how low the water is, we kind of just want to catch big stuff on the crawlers if we can. If we can. But we'll take those. We will also take those. I just really like goldeyes, you know. Always have. Always will. They make good bait and they're aggressive and stuff. That scared the shit out of me. The absolute chips out of me. I was wondering, I said it at the beginning. They kind of looked like some silver boys. And I was right. Gross. God, that scared me. Dude about jumped in my lap. That ain't a good sign. We haven't really seen very many good signs at all. We about died. We might have to switch spots if we think we have time. That's decent. That's decent, whatever that is. We'll take those. He just scared something else. Channel kitty. I think he scared another silver carp though. I don't know, clean water, little riffles. I'm gonna have to try real hard to make this sound cool, but for me, you know, it's cool out. Not sweating my balls off. Get to go out fishing, catching something from a place that, as I was walking up, I didn't really think we had a chance to do anything. I'm not super overly confident in very many things, but I am confident in my ability to catch fish out of anywhere that has fish. Does that make sense? Obviously, I can't catch fish out of a place that doesn't have any fish because there would be no fish, but I can potentially catch fish out of a place that has fish that is really hard to catch fish at because there's no water in it. I could have worded that a lot better, but basically, I'm very confident in my ability to figure out how to get bites just about anywhere. Even at this poop hole. Normally not a poop hole. Last year and the year before it was real good. This year, not so much. There's not enough water. And I was talking about it in the last video that I like creeks a lot because things change. You never know what you're going to catch. Stuff like that. Well, one problem with creeks is you can have a spot like this that is real good. I mean, we were catching like 10 walleye a trip. Another big drum and big channels on lures and all sorts of shit, but then it can change. That's not where I wanted it. Then it can change to this. Not only is it because of the low water, it's just also the sand got pushed up into the deep spot. So the deep spot is no longer deep because of the sand. So not only is the water low, but things changed because of that. If you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying. Alright, we'll keep plugging away. Not great, but could be worse. And we could still get lucky. And stuff. Awkward hook set, but decent fish. Man, there's a lot of fish just literally sitting right below this little baby waterfall. Not even deep. Came off, but it was a channel. Got the slime. Took about 20 pitches in there to get him to bite. I think they're getting smart. Keep seeing some swirls up the way, a little bit past where I started. Maybe we'll try there. Or maybe I'll hop my happy ass in the car and go drive somewhere else. I don't know. I want to catch some more fish today, though. I know that. So hopefully we can figure that out. Hopefully we can get at least one big fish. I don't know what that is, but I don't think it's a channel. It's not a channel. What are you, bud? Oh, no way. No way. No way. No way. No way. This is going to be a lame fish for the title that I'm going to give this video, but I have never caught one of these in the mouth, ever. No way. Sick. He's not exactly in the mouth though. So I don't know if I can count it, but that is a quillback, I believe. I'm gonna have to Google it. I'm gonna take a picture of him too. It's either a quillback or a river carp sucker. Got a buddy named John. I guess I won't say his last name. First of all, because I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Second of all, for privacy purposes, but he's been asking me where he can catch one of these or where I see him. I think that's almost quillbacky though, boys. I've caught a lot of river carp suckers, and his fin's a little taller than the other carpy boys that I'm used to. I was sick. Like sick in a not 50-pound flathead sick way, but like sick in a way that, yeah, I don't know if I've ever caught one of those in the mouth. I've snagged, trust me boys, I've snagged an absolute shitload, but I've never caught one. He's kind of outside the mouth, but it was on a nightcrawler, so he probably ate it. He probably ate it. Probably wanted to eat it, just missed it. I was just too quick on my hook sets. My quick set was too quick. I mean, boys and girls, I want you to understand. This is like a 3-foot wide stretch of 2 foot deep water. And I've probably caught 15 fish. A couple of them are 2 or 3 pounds on the old medium light stash stick. I mean, once again, not as good as a 50-pound flathead, but every day can't be a dream day, you know. I mean, I've been dreaming of legally catching a river carp sucker or a quillback in the mouth. Not quite as big of a dream, but I mean, dreams achieved. Sometimes you don't have as long to sleep, you know. So sometimes the dreams are shorter, smaller, less exciting. We're having ourselves a short little wet dream right now, boys and girls. Don't take that the wrong way. But we're gonna keep trying this for a little bit, but there's gonna be a second part to this video, hopefully. Or a second area where we figure out how to catch fish. Or we might just stick a 20-pound flathead right here. I have no idea. That's the fun of it. And stuff. That took a little while, but we got something here. I think it's a kitty too. It's acting like a pretty decent kitty. And surprisingly enough, for people that have watched videos from here in the past, the catfish poles did not get hit instantly. That is not a kitty. It is a cool fish though. It is a cool fish. And I have caught him here before, but I didn't catch him when I was here last time. Am I recording? I am recording. Most of the time with the catfish poles here, they just get hit like instantly. There's like no question. It's just, they hit the bottom and they get ate. This time it's a little different. It is colder in the morning. This time of year, later in the day sometimes can be better because the sun will warm up the water, and the water just dropped 10 degrees literally in a matter of no time. It was pretty much 100 degrees at all times, and then it dropped to 45 degrees at night. Well, we got ourselves a grass carp. The shrimp just got pecked finally, which is kind of exciting, but it didn't continue pecking it. It was just an individual peck. And while this grass carp is smaller than the one that I caught, I guess in the last video with the flathead, it's still a decent one, and it's not a common. It's an uncommon carp fish. I really don't like going in their gills, but he's hooked right on his lower lip. Oh, that was me hitting my line. Shrimp was not getting hit. Let's get you down here, grass carp, bud. Let's get you down here. Not the most desirable thing ever, but it's a heck of a lot bigger than anything I caught at the last spot the other day, so we will certainly take it, boys and squirrels. Man, that water's cold. That water is cold. All right, grass carp bud, I know you're tough. I know you're tough. Last time we were here, we couldn't catch a single fish on a nightcrawler. And it took a little bit of work today. All right, see you later. Took a little bit of work today, but we got one. We got one. He soaked us, but we got one. Went down to a single split shot. Just kind of letting it drift in the current, and that's what did it. I even re-threw out my catfish poles, put on different pieces of shrimps and stuff like that, and didn't really work. But look at these shrimp. Like the biggest damn shrimp I've ever seen. And even though they look like they're cooked, they're not cooked. They're still raw. They're like Argentine shrimp. Is that a thing? Is that a real thing? I think it's a real thing. Talked to my buddy at the Hy-Vee meat department. He was like, this is the biggest shrimp we got. It's like, but it's cooked. He was like, no, it's not. So I don't know. I mean, cooked shrimp would probably work for bait, but I think raw works a little bit better. And actually, some of the trash that's left behind is a tray of cocktail shrimp. So maybe the fish are smart to the shrimp now. They've seen enough of it this week that they want nothing to do with it. Or something like that. All right, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a little shelf over there, so we're going to keep throwing the crawler over to that shelf, and hopefully we can at least catch a few more fish. I mean, I caught 20 fish the other day, probably. One goldeye, the quillback, and a bunch of tiny channels, but I'm sure I cut some of the tiny channels out, so see if we can get a big old kitty or something weird. Sound good? Sounds good. And stuff. Got something. Got something. And while it might have jumped from the grass carp to this pretty rapidly, it did not happen in rapid succession. Shrimp hasn't been working. I actually caught a small drum bud, and I have him out as live bait because I'd bet this is a spot that has flatheads. I'm just not really sure where to throw it. Tried a few different places, and even old drum bud hasn't gotten hit, but yeah, it's just kind of that time of the year, you know, boys and girls. The fish just got a lot colder, and they really just don't know why. And obviously, I think the fishing pressure got a little bit higher here, and the fish are probably just getting a little bit smarter. But yeah, we're getting the tugs we were after this morning. Well, not really, but we are getting some tugs this morning, which is half the battle. But yeah, I think I'm giving up. I got some things that I need to accomplish, and yeah, this is the end. Took 2 days to accomplish this, which is kind of embarrassing, but I mean, that's just one of the good things and the bad things about fishing is it doesn't necessarily always go well. The last video caught a giant fish, but yeah, this video we didn't quite accomplish that. But last video proved that it can happen on any given day. I was having a similar experience in the last video, not catching a whole lot, and then that flathead just kind of came out of nowhere. I don't think we're gonna get that lucky today, but it just proves that it can happen. But not the greatest video ever, but if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. I had fun doing it. I mean, anytime I can get fishing, which is pretty frequently, I have a fun time doing it. And as I say, I'm ending this video. I just threw it out one more time because I don't know when to quit. But yeah, new species. Anytime I can catch a new species, that's actually a real accomplishment. I haven't kept track of it for a little while, but at one point I think I had 50 different species in Nebraska. I'm not sure. I might have to look over it again, but I've got a lot of different things so for me to catch something new is pretty rare. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you later. Stuff and things. PAAA. Oh yeah, and another thing we accomplished. Whole bag of trash out of the spot. I'm gonna have to go get another bag though. Boopler slops, do better, and stuff.